Ninban's position. Gem is a very, very skilled runner.
Yes, I would 100% agree with that. Oh, and we get the map of Hyrule and Sanctuary. That's fairly vanilla, just to start off. And another thing you're going to see on the bottom screen right here from schaaa, if you've never seen it before, is going to be killing one of these guards over here to get a level 1 tree pull. Let's see what it is today. And it is just hearts. So it's good maybe for getting some refills later, but for right now, not too good.
Yeah, one of the best things you want to see early is definitely bombs, just so you have that guaranteed ability to blow open some of the walls.
The crab is 5 arrows, though. That might be nice for later.
Ninban's definitely not taking a risk with finding money and is going straight to Houlihan.
Yeah, it's definitely a strat. I saw a clip of a race recently where all 4 of the runners started off with Houlihan Room, and it was just amazing to watch them just pick up all these rupees. Also, we saw in the uncle area of the escape, we saw in the chest pod key. Oh man, what are those?
That's a very nice early find.
Yeah, definitely. This is gonna hurt the people who are doing the South Road right now, but it won't be too long before they get it. They're just gonna route it in later.
I think they're gonna get it relatively early still, so they'll still have them for the majority of the race.
Yeah, and it looks like it's only gonna be Ninban, as Ninban's gonna go check the race game right now, and it's a piece of heart.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to take the time to pick that up. He's just going to keep going north.
Oh, interesting. Ninban choosing to not go for the 300 rupees. We'll see, just like, I hope realizes 300 so that after they get the boots, they go back down there to get it. Because that's good Zora money.
I'm pretty sure everyone else is probably going to grab that when they take the trip to the library. There's really no reason not to, just to ensure you've got it covered. Oh, Ninban's pulling the mirror out of the back of the tavern, though. We're even getting power gloves out of Blind's basement.
Alright, Gem is also going to do a Houlihan room. Did a slightly different setup there. Instead of doing the one where you jump into the lake a bunch of times. I'm unsure of how to do the boots one specifically.
I'm not sure myself. The only ones I'm familiar with are jumping into the lake repeatedly or bombing yourself into a back of escape.
Yeah, correct. Those are the two I know of as well. And just a piece of heart of the bottle vendor. We're going to see what the back of the well is.
Both gloves are in Kakariko.
Oh man, we got early mitts. And a couple early maps as well. One was to Ganon's Tower, but that was to Misery Mire. That's always a nice one to grab. Oh, we got a Castle Tower key in the well also. That's pretty neat. If they find the lamp, they can and they get the cape or something, they can route both chests in there pretty early.
I've noticed people tend to avoid Castle Tower like the plague, but I'm not sure if that's just the matches I happen to watch, but
I haven't found too much value in the first chest, but I've actually, in a few of the seeds I've done, I found value in the second one, in the little dark maze.
That's fair.
Gem, you can see, is picking up that 300.
So do you think we're going to get some early Dark World here, since we've already got, well, Mitts and Mirror? They could pretty easily do most of Village of Outcasts and South Dark World.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And a good point, King's Tomb is actually open too. So what they could do after they get like a moon pearl is they can go back to Sanctuary, go to King's Tomb, and then go over Kakariko to enter the Dark World.
I completely forgot about moon pearl. Good job, me. Yeah, that would be a pretty effective route too.
Alternatively, actually, if they get like something like a hammer and hook shot, or something of that sort, and then a flute, they can, really quickly and easily go up to Death Mountain and route in Super Bunny chests. That would be an interesting thing. You don't get that very often without the Moon Pearl.
That's definitely a throwback to earlier versions where that was a lot more common.
Yeah, I would say normally in like standard or open, that's probably not the best play in the world, but I think in Keysanity, because of how logic lines work, I think that's a better play. I did notice as well, there was also ether in the back of Blind's hut, so early medallion could give us Mire access once we get a sword.
Also starting her pod key collection off pretty well.
Yeah, Bonkrocks had a pod key, so that's 2 already. It looks like we're going to get a back of escape check from Ninban right now. And, oh, I didn't even notice where the mirror was.
That was back of tavern.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. Oh, Turtle Rock key in the back of escape. Oh, and there's the cave. Interesting. So I wonder if anybody is gonna route in that part of the tower right now. But it looks like Ninban is maybe gonna make the King's Tomb play.
That's the second time in 2 days I've seen the cape in back of escape.
I just hope the back of escape doesn't troll anyone right now. I've seen a few races, including my first one against Barry, where people got trolled by the back of escape, and they forgot to do it because they get other things super early, and everything opens up. That's a small key to desert.
Nice, couple more items opened by that. I believe we almost have access there. We're still looking for either the book or the flute.
Yeah, correct, which we could get on the south route right now with the Moldorm Cave. Or it could be in Saha's hut as well. Nice double from Schaaa. So let's see what we get in the back. We got a bottle. We got a big key to Ganon's Tower in Mini Moldorm Cave. So that's really nice for them to get that super early.
They're not going to have to worry about that for the rest of the game. Once they're able to complete all the dungeons and they've got that one extra key, they're set.
Now I've just got a feeling they're going to get trolled with something else.
Oh, probably. It's Keysanity.
Where the routes are made up and the keys do indeed matter.
I wonder if we can go for another, 45-minute sword. That's what the cape's going to be for. There's going to be another sword up on the ledge.
All right, Shaw's going to be giving us Ice Rod, and there is the lamp. So right now, Death Mountain seems like a pretty decent play, at least the first half of Death Mountain.
That cave is showing us that lamp is not good for heat. Maybe fire, but not heat, because that cave was pretty frozen still.
That actually surprisingly opens up a lot of stuff. That opens up that second chest in Aghadom's Tower. Opens up all the first half of Death Mountain. And opens up everything except for the big key chest and Armos in Eastern.
Yeah. We now know that Mire is our green pendant.
Interesting. So we'll have to see if that Ether Medallion allows the runners, once they get Flute, to take a dip into that green pendant Mire. I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of green pendant turn-ins to big progression recently.
It seems to have a pretty decent chance of being something, but that's probably confirmation bias.
All right, interesting. As we've got Ninban going into Eastern right now, taking that dip. I really like this play.
So Ninban's the only one that's going to be coming in here presently without the lamp yet, so...
Yeah, it is a little more, that dark room is a little more awkward without a hammer or something to get your position. So we'll see, maybe Ninban, because of that, will decide to exit out after getting the third chest.
Yeah, especially if he keeps taking hits, because that's a very dangerous room, dark room without decent health. The Stelphos can just move wherever they feel like. Was that the big
that was
key
the
to
pod big key. Yeah, it was. That's always a nice one to get early. Especially if pod becomes a crystal. It's a really free and easy one to go mode later.
It's also a dungeon that just has a huge amount of stuff in it. So it's kind of a location that is likely going to have at least something in it.
Oh, nice 8 bomb drop right there for Ninban. As we see Gem making the play over to escape. It is going to check the sewer chest first.
Vanilla bow.
Oh, baby. Nearly vanilla by 1 chest.
Yeah, French vanilla, not at full vanilla.
I'm really liking the route divergence we're getting right here. We got 2 people going up to Death Mountain. Oh, and there's the Pearl on Spectacle Rock.
Convenient.
Schaaa had a moment there where it's like, wait a second, I can do this. Oh, I guess wants to preserve the bombs.
That's understandable. They don't have a proper weapon yet, and with only 2 bombs left, they probably don't want to risk a mini Moldorm or something just not being nice. They don't even have the big key to get to the upper part anyways.
Yeah, agreed. Nice little bomb strats from Gem. Through a 10 bomb upgrade, the first chest in the front of escape. We're gonna get early, maybe Skull Woods and Village of Outcasts checked by Schaaa. Gonna go to the Village of Outcasts first, which I don't blame Schaaa, because with 4 hearts and green mail, Skull Woods is very, very dicey right now.
Two bodies from a Gibdo will kill you, so...
And those little weird things that jump around.
Oh, the trash bag monsters?
Yeah. Oh, another pod key, and then trying to do some more bomb strats. Unfortunately, misses it.
Guard's stuck now, though, so it's good. So it looks like Weff is going into Tower of Hera with a very small number of bombs.
And Ninban is going to be checking this chest.
Weff also picked up Bombos somewhere, so he's pretty good on Medallion so far, unless we get the dreaded double Quake.
That's a blue mail in the first chest of Aghanim's Tower. That's really nice to have this early.
It's a really good defense, since this C doesn't seem to be wanting to give them much in the way of hearts. Bombos with Sick Kid? Of course the Sick Kid has all the explosives.
He wants to grow up and be a demolitions expert once he gets healthy.
Bit of a dangerous thing for him to practice with, though.
Don't worry, I'm dying and everything, but why not a better time to just put my life more at risk?
Here you go, son. Have the ability to blow up our entire house.
As we're getting a Thieves Town check right now from schaaa. First 2 chests, I don't believe had anything. We got a small key though, on a 4th pod key now. So once they get flippers or hammer, they can check. If they hammer yump, they can check all of the other chests of pod minus going to Helmasaur. That's actually incredible this early at like 15 minutes in.
That is a really good setup to have. It looks like we've got Eastern as a crystal, so...
Yeah, because just Gemma showing us the map of Eastern was in Saha's hut.
Looks like schaaa might be doing... or grabbing the frog.
Yep, gonna be taking Jeremiah back to his home. It's good early check because they have tie-in mitts.
Did they do digging game already? Or are they just gonna get that later?
I think has not done that yet. It makes more sense to turn this in first, because then you can, get the purple chest, or... Well, actually, they might leave the purple chest if they're doing this route, now that I think about it.
Yeah, because you can't do the digging game while you've got the purple chest with you, so... The book.
Ooh. So there's our desert access, which now, because they have the small key to desert, well, at least everyone except for schaaa has it. That's a really good play, I think, currently.
I'm curious as to how you smith a book. I mean, the paper still has to be pressed, so I guess that's relevant.
Their hammers are actually a printing press. It's just in disguise.
Ah, they're very violent in how they print books.
So it looks like Shaw's going to be leaving out the digging game for now. We'll probably route that in later, but it's going to be able to do everything else on this south route.
Oh, wordsmith, I like that one.
Come here and sit a while and listen, Sonny.
These runners are just all over the place at the moment. We've got a lot of divergence going on here.
I really love it. It's putting on a nice show right now.
Well, we're up to most of our moon pearls now.
And we could actually do a pedestal check. I wonder if, when schaaa saves and quit eventually, maybe we'll run up to ped and check that early.
That's a piece of information that's really, really good to have in advance. Just that way, if you're going to go into a pen dungeon, you can tell whether you actually have to clear it or not, guaranteed. Of course, if the boss has an item, you still need to clear it, but...
Gem grabbing the chest and pulling, showing displeasure at the Hyrule Castle escape key being there, completely useless.
Oof, Web taking a death here.
I didn't miss that. What was on the Bombos tablet? Was that another Aghanim key?
That was another Aghanim key.
Oh my goodness. That's actually incredible. I've never actually seen it on a tablet. That was my first time seeing the flavor text.
I had to check the other screen for it because, I have no idea what that actually means. I didn't catch enough of it.
Yeah.
All right, Hype Cave. Let's see what this is going to be like.
Ooh, gotta be careful right there, Gem. Oh, small key 2. Dark Palace, is that a 5th one? Is that a 5th pod key?
I think so.
Good lord. That is now officially full clearable.
No, we don't get to see Hype Cave. We have to wait a few more moments.
So the 5-6 crystals are Pod and Turtle Rock. Well, Pod just seems like an extremely valuable play. Once they get the hammer, schaaa needs to get the bow as well, and so does Gem. But we know where it is.
The seed is definitely saying go to Pod. It's just everywhere.
It's like one of those flashing neon signs that just like burns your corneas.
Progress here.
Not a whole heck of a lot in Hype Cave.
Yeah, all that extra effort to go buy more bombs, there's not even anything good in there.
But probably need to buy bombs anyway because they don't have a hammer or a sword right now, or even like a fire or ice rod. They literally have nothing.
I mean, it was a little bit, it was very good at building Hype. There was a lot of build up to it, and then it just didn't pay out at all.
By the way, Skull Woods is in fact a crystal. We just got a check from Gem right there. So Fire Rod is indeed going to be required for this seed. We kind of already knew that with Turtle Rock, but it is going to be required for progression in both of those dungeons.
Can't really argue with a seed where you get access to Fire Rod anyways, just because it's a fun weapon to have, for lack of a better term.
And you know, if you use it properly, it's safe to say you're on fire with your strats.
Of course. That sounds like Ice Rod strats are my favorite. Freezing that guard in the basement of Castle Tower and beating the ball and chain guard with him.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite ones for sure. I just I forget who it was, but I saw a race yesterday where somebody was doing that and I was like, man, my man over here.
So this room isn't being nice to Weff at all.
No, not at all. Again, with green mail and 4 hearts, two Gibdo hugs is just gonna kill you.
That's one of those rooms that if you've got red cane, it takes about 2 seconds, and if you don't have red cane and you're really squishy, it just turns into a total nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a pretty good example, actually, of how just having some items as utility can make rooms go much, much faster and safer.
And Gem's having some problems with it there, but there we go. So I think we're gonna get the first check in the back right here. I don't know. I think Weff let it go. Let's see what's in the back. Ooh,
that's a nice one to have. Well, paired with hammer. Weff unfortunately meeting another bad end to Murder Dactyls this time. The Dark World is really not being nice to him.
Oh, and schaaa got walled mastered right there. Unfortunate. No one is having a fun time.
Yeah, I have to admit, I really would not want to be running this seed myself. Low health, low armor, no weapons.
I'm actually, honestly, I'm a bit surprised that a few of them are not going to. I guess they don't have the book yet. I guess it's funny because shaa's the only one with the book, and only has access to 2, while everyone else who doesn't have the book has the Desert Palace small key. Oh god, schaaa taking another unfortunate death.
So the bumper ledge is the big key to Skull Woods.
Okay, well they get access to that.
Yeah, we'll find out if there's anything in that chest probably later when people start heading back that way.
I think this is our first graveyard ledge check. So really, outside of desert, let's kind of take stock. Outside of desert, we don't really have too much open except for that Skullwood's big key location.
Not really, no. Between the runners, we've seen a lot of places. Well, people can definitely still head into Thieves Town and all of that.
Well, only the first 4 chests. We still have not found the big key to Thieves.
Yeah, but sometimes the first 4 chests are really all you need out of there. There's usually something decent.
I think we saw that on, I believe it was weff's side, or one of the bottom runners. I think there was only a pod small key in there.
Oh, I somehow completely missed people going into Thieves at all then. I mean, still can't argue with a pod small key.
And then we have a small key. Ooh, the swamp small key. Now that is a nice thing to get early because, you know, you're taking a gamble if you try to go for it early to see if there's something progression in there. But since they've already found it, once they get the flippers and the hammer, they can actually check half of swamp, which, you know, density-wise, it's 6 chests, and that's really good.
It's actually probably one of the most valuable keys in the game. Not just small keys, just keys in general, because it opens up so many chests in that dungeon.
So it's an interesting item chain to go Bumper Cave to get the Skullwood big key to get the Swamp Palace small key for access to that. Also, we saw Weff going over here. Oh, I didn't even realize red mail at the second. So both mail upgrades are in Aghanim's tower.
Yeah, he's hoarding all the armor.
Pretty funny.
Well, Aghanim's definitely being mean today. He knows that people are. This is a low health world, so people are gonna need armor. So he just hid the most in his own tower.
You know, now the one nice thing though about the way the seed is panning out is because they got lamp early and that one castle tower key. I've got a feeling all of our runners are probably going to take a dip into there pretty soon.
That would make sense, yeah.
If they gave something like a flute or like a hammer really early or 2 sword upgrades, that opens up a lot more stuff.
To be completely fair, at this point, I'd just like to see a sword period for the runners, so they have a permanent weapon of some sort.
Watch, it'll give them hookshot next, and then they'll have to use that to stun everything or kill the smaller stuff.
I wouldn't actually argue with that, though. Hookshot makes a pretty good weapon. I mean, we see people definitely using the bow, so...
Yeah, so Gem picking up the pod small key for 5 now. Still hasn't picked up the pod big key, but should be doing that relatively soon.
Yeah, they're set for pod once they get that big key.
You know, also, they could, at this point, since they have Pearl, they could fake Flipper and Jesus Walk over to Zora. That would seem like a reasonable play to sequence break some stuff early. One dig for a piece of heart.
Oh yeah, they still actually need hammer or flippers to get over to pod in the first place. Unless they... Yeah, they can't finish Aghanim either without a sword, so...
Also, since we're kind of seeing everyone going back to, you know, kind of cross-diverging right now, I want to take a moment to shout out the people working with me here with Voidborn on commentary, and also we got Dude and Number Play doing the awesome track in the background. We could do it without them as well.
Definitely a big thank you to them. They're doing a lot better following the items than I am, apparently.
Oh, and Dude pointing out that Lumberjacks, we know that it has a small key currently. So that could be our final pod key. It could be a Turtle Rock key. Could be any sort of key out there.
Well, they at least or we at least know it's not going to be the Swamp Palace small key, so they don't have to worry about that. That's probably the most paranoia-inducing small key that you can just have sitting somewhere.
Yeah, I totally agree. Also, you know, getting the Turtle Rock keys is kind of also can be kind of trolly. Oh, you know, I just now seeing Gem say it, we haven't seen a mushroom check either, which they can totally access right now with being able to pick stuff up in the light world.
I'm kind of curious when we're going to see that North Hyrule check. It's kind of a difficult one to make, though, because without flippers, you need to fake flippers up to a waterfall. But I guess they could do that full loop if they were to do it.
Also, you know, with the route that Gem is going, also having that that Desert Palace small key, I'm gonna wonder if after this hype cave, they're gonna go down Bombo's tablet and then go straight over into desert.
Yeah, they're actually down in this area with the book, so they're the first person that's been in quite that position.
Oh, I totally missed the Turtle Rock Big Key. Never mind, it was slightly hype in this cave.
The back part of it, not so much, though.
It was the opposite of Pod. Normally, Pod is, some commentators call Pod the Mold Mansion with business in the front and party in the back. Well, the party was in the front this time.
That name definitely applies better in open and standard than Keysanity.
Yeah.
Sometimes in Keysanity, you just walk in there and it's all business all the time or all party all the time.
Okay, so schaaa just got the Desert Palace small keys, so now we'll possibly make... Well, I was thinking about saving and quitting. Opted not to. I think maybe realized hadn't done Graveyard Ledge yet?
Perhaps. I'm not sure where they're...
Oh, maybe get a mirror right here to go up to the north part. Yeah, they're gonna mirror to go to the light world. This is an interesting route you don't normally see.
We're gonna get to see that mushroom in a moment.
Ninban, top right, is going to be getting his book right here in a moment. As we're getting an Agana's Cave check from Gem.
I almost feel like we're about to see a little bit of convergence here on Desert. Maybe not at the same time, but close together.
Got full hard container and in Agana's Cave. I don't think it... I didn't see what mushroom was because I was focused on Gem for a second there.
Well, the dude's covering you. Mushroom was 3 bombs.
3 bombs, okay. Alright, looks like Shaw's gonna be going into the sewers and then promptly up to, I think, Agana's, Aghanim's tower to get those mail upgrades. So Gem, not having the big key, is opting to go the right-hand side first as you enter.
That makes sense. It's a pretty nice loop, right side up to center room and torch.
Oh, nice Cane of Burnistrats right there after just getting it for Gem.
Pulls out of the box and just starts beating things with it. Desert Palace is full of blue. We got a bloom ring out of it.
Change name from Desert Palace to Dabadi Dabadai Palace. Shoutouts to whoever's from the 90s and understands that reference. Just a hard container. in the back of desert. Let's see what the torch has.
I think at this point, heart containers aren't exactly, you know, too. Oh.
Oh, it's time to stop in hammer time!
Well, I think someone called it.
All right, so this actually opens up all of Death Mountain minus the 3 hookshotable items in Hookshot Cave. They can still get the first one in the bottom because they have boots, but that seems like a reasonable play right now.
That definitely seems like a reasonable play. Or heading over to pod.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! The thing we have 5 keys for in the big key. Yeah, I'd say that's probably a good play.
I'm not sure if Gem got the big key yet. I don't think they did.
No, don't believe so. Looks like Gem is gonna actually go over to. I don't know. We got a fake flippers from weffJebster. So we're gonna see Hylia Island is just a piece of heart, so not gonna be getting that later. We're gonna go see what the Hobo Man has today.
I'm personally always a fan of fake flippers. It's kind of a dangerous trick due to the instant death on anything hitting you, but...
Yeah, definitely not a bad play right now, especially since Weff doesn't have the book yet. It's just 50 rupees. Probably stole all this guy's money.
He didn't need it anymore. Saving the world is more important. Well, Gem's probably going to be at least kind of happy with the mail upgrades in here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Having red mail is gonna feel really nice. Oh man, these guys are going for Gem. Oh, nice, gets a double though. All right, and if you have never seen this, after doing fake flippers, and if you have the Moon Pearl, you can do this trick called water walking, or some people call it Jesus walk, as we get the Eastern Palace big key. Where if you enter and then exit out and then re-enter, you get out of your swimming state into just being, you know, on your 2 feet, and you can actually run up here like the water is nothing.
We've got some nice sync going on the right.
Indeed, they're both going to be picking up their blue items and then the hammer here very shortly. And let's see what Zora has.
I think that might be worse than a life lesson.
I'd say that's a direction lesson.
Here you go, learn to navigate.
Alright, so now let's see where Weff goes. Looks like Weff is going to go and finish Eastern. Definitely a reasonable play right now because they have the bow and can full clear it.
It is a crystal, but I don't feel like this is going to turn out with anything for them, unfortunately.
I wouldn't be so sure. I've seen hookshot on Armos before, and based on how the seed has been panning out, it's very possible hookshot or flippers could be on Armos.
Yeah, that's true. It is bringing them in this direction, in one world or the other. So,
Gem right now is checking Catfish, and just 5 air capacity upgrade.
Nothing good as usual.
Gonna get the compass from Zora here very shortly. Ninban is going to the Dark World. We might be getting a pod check from Ninban, which I think for him would be a really good choice.
Yeah, they've got the big key. They've got the bow.
Yeah, and as long as Ninban hammer yums, pod is full clearable at this point to get the first 5-6 crystal. First gonna check pyramid.
It's gonna be really amusing when they decide to go and do the north dark Hyrule route.
Yeah, we've got, looks like Gem and Schaaa are making the same play right now. They're going to be going over to the east side of Death Mountain, but first we're going to get a tablet check up for Ether. And that's an Ice Palace small key on Ether tablet. They may grab that. Actually getting one Ice Palace key makes the routing really, really simple. So that might be worthwhile once they get a couple swords.
Well, if they get a couple swords.
Good point.
Finding one appears to be difficult enough, so I wouldn't get too excited about two.
Just 10 arrow capacity upgrade on the floating island, so we won't be seeing that today. We're gonna get a spiral cave check on Shaa's side, as Gem is just about to get over there.
Book was at Smith's. They were wordsmiths today.
I think they must have a library card at Kakariko Library.
They actually just printed it themselves.
Ah, okay.
It's counterfeit.
Wow.
Ether for T-Rock.
So Ether for T-Rock means as soon as they find the cane of Samaria, they can actually just go in there and check. Let's see, with 2 a big key, they can check quite a bit of things. They can't check the Fire Rod Lock section, but they can check a lot of other stuff, including Mimic Cave. And that is the big key to Desert in Super Bunny chests.
Still need one of those silly swords to actually use in medallions, though, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's kind of becoming an issue, is just finding a sword.
Alright, and we're gonna see what Armos has. Just a single rupee.
But a nice shiny crystal. A second nice shiny crystal.
Point taken.
Why are we burning me? What did I... Oh, okay, Ninban got a sword apparently. Well, you should be burning the other guy who said there's gonna be a sword and pod. Someone else just said that in chat. Burn them instead. I don't react well to fire.
Tagliato, Hera Basement was a pod small key. That was actually the 5th one we had found.
Whoa, wow, that's a nice bomb for Gem and Fire Rod.
Big key to Ice Palace. 5 rupees, a heart container, and a small key to Turtle Rock. So that is 3 Turtle Rock keys.
Yeah, I would not be upset with that cave at all.
Yeah, so Schaaa and Gem having essentially the same information at this point. Just hasn't gone to EP and hasn't gone the small key because that was out of logic right now. Small key to Meyer in the Harmless Hellway for Ninban. Gonna go now to the mini Dark Maze.
We're gonna get to see the Bonk chest in Hookshot Cave as well.
Oh, and call Phantom Ryu, because that's gotta be Kane in the back of Pod. Pod is having some good stuff. We're seeing some good stuff in both Dark Death Mountain.
Aw.
Oh, Gem was gonna hover. And we're gonna see Hammer Yum from Ninban's side.
So definitely seems that pod is the place to be. Sword, cane. Those two alone are good enough.
All right, and we get it. And another bottle.
Oh, no gem.
Oh, no. I don't think Gem's going to have enough. Oh, cycling through the bottles. But they're all empty. The well has run dry for Gem.
Oh, we got silvers in pod as well. They're in the dark maze.
Very nice. So that's actually going to be good because, you know, once Ninban comes back here to finish Eastern, going to make Armos a lot easier.
I do have to at least commend Gem on that. Even though they did end up dying for, well, almost dying for trying it, they didn't actually die, so they got to at least save the death animation. They looked quickly, checked what they got, and was like, no, I'm just going to save and quit before this happens.
Ninban, you don't have any magic. Hate to break it to you. Alright, looks like schaaa is opting to skip the front door and save that key.
It's a sensible play. If you don't have to spend it, you might as well.
Yeah, which means that schaaa can also indeed finish Helmosaur King on one trip, which, man, single dipping pod and Keysanity, you don't get to do it very often, but when you do, that is the umptus value. Looks like Gem might be going back to Desert to finish it. A sensible play because has both fire sources and can use the hammer on Landmalus if they want.
It's a bit of an annoying fight, but it's not that bad, all things considered.
Oh, and they have Fire Rod. Fire Rod makes it a lot easier. But without half magic, they gotta be a little more careful. Ninban. Okay, Ninban did see the full magic decanter there. That's pretty big.
The bow was an Eastern. Alright, let's see this Helmosaur fight. This is actually going to be a pretty easy one with hammer and silver arrows. Well, the hammer is a given. You need hammer to get here, but... And very quick fight.
Yeah, single silver arrow to the dome. Just triple bombs, but gets one of the 5/6 crystals for Ninban.
It would have actually been 8 bombs, but he spent 5 of them in the process of exploding there.
Yeah, it's definitely a very large explosion. I think Trinex and Helmosaur King explode about the same.
Trinex is definitely the Michael Bay boss. There's no arguing that one. You've got about 3 Landmolus worth of explosions and a Helmosaur-sized explosion. So Ninban's basically completely done with pod. They don't have to worry about there anymore. It's really unfortunate they didn't get the big key to Eastern Palace while they were, or before they went over there, though, because they'd probably just been able to mirror over and finish that too.
Alright, so got a couple Fire Rod shots in, so now I'm gonna have to use Hammer to get temper damage. Getting 3 on that cycle, that was really nice by Gem. Gets a couple on that one.
It's like whack-a-mole.
And there you go. That's a pretty good fight for having small amount of magic. Oh! And the Tutti Flutie on Land Mole.
That was worth it.
And that is the third crystal that we know of so far. Because we actually did not know what Desert Palace was before Gem just finished. So that's 3 crystals. So we still don't know what the pendants are. The pendants could be between Hera, Swamp, and Thieves Town. 2 of those 3 will be pendants. Also, thanks to Randrogue for the $4.99 sub for 4 months in a row. Thanks for continuing to support speed gaming.
Weff kind of upset with Gary there. Surprised he didn't bomb him, but, you know, just kind of flailing around a bit works too.
I'm actually wondering, did schaaa not get the Desert Palace Big Key when it was up at East Death Mountain?
I'm not sure. Oh, he died up there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess he didn't get it then.
Oh, wow. I totally missed that. That's really unfortunate then.
Yeah, especially now that we know it's both a crystal and that flute's locked behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a second sword. Meyer Shed's got one of our other ones.
Alright, and we're gonna get a checkerboard cave as well.
Can we have a sword up here too?
Oh man.
Just have all of them in Meyer.
Oh, you know, if it's here, we're definitely burning you.
Oh, it's just a heart container, okay.
Alright, you're saved today, Voidborn. So yeah, it's Bombo, so looks like Gem is going to dip into Green Pendant Mire right now. Very reasonable play at this point with
that's
Red
actually
Mail.
Really good that he got the sword right there because he didn't have the one from Pod, so...
Ninban might be at least opening the portal and the entrance. Yeah, gonna open the entrance. I don't think Ninban's gonna go in, but maybe we'll go in to check a couple chests. Because again, they only have 1 TR key at this point, unlike a couple of the runners who have 3, and can, you know, go mode all the way to Trinex if they want to skip the if they skip the vanilla big key chest.
Jim giving us an almost perfect first real room of Meyer there. I always enjoy seeing that room done fast.
Yeah, definitely. With Fire Rod, it actually makes that room pretty good. And with Sword Beams, it's even easier.
Doesn't cost anything either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like Ninban is going to take a look at Red Boomerang, of course. So he might only get as far as Chain Chomp room.
Oh, just oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, from something you saw on Gem's side, one thing you want to note, because this has actually come up recently, and I like bringing it up whenever I commentate because it's important. These chests on the left-hand side that are fire locked are actually progression is locked behind all three Meyer keys. The rest of the chests in the dungeon are locked behind no keys. So just for anyone who's wanting to get into Keysanity, that's a big Keysanity logic thing that people should note.
Ooh, Chain Chomp.
My least favorite enemy in the game. And it's not even close. He's
gonna head back for it. I don't know, Chain Chomps are pretty bad, but dead rocks. Ice Rod.
Where was Ice Rod in?
Turtle Rock Chain Chomp Room.
Oh, man. Well, that's going to be good for the rest of the runners because they'll be able to actually get to the back when they go there.
Yeah, and Ninban won't have to worry about Ice Rod not being in T-Rock when he heads back later.
That jellyfish was trying to audition for Gandalf's new role. Unfortunately, a silver arrow will just kill it. Just a big 20 in the back of Meyer, and looks like Gem is out of there.
Yeah, I don't think Meyer really had much. I mean, it probably had a key or something I missed that people are going to tell me in a moment was quite good, but...
Yeah. Cactar, I give you mad props for that chain chomp blushing chain. So let's see, right now, we're getting shot with a fake flipper. It's like, it's gonna go do the checks that Weff did, so we're gonna get the Eastern big key.
The sword was nice, but it wasn't actually in Meyer itself. It was outside Meyer in the shed.
Yeah, so unless the pendant turn-in is something, Meyer was kind of a bust. Just a compass and the hammer pegs on Gem's side. And Ninban is doing East Death Mountain right now. Gonna grab the let's see, Fire Rod up here.
Yeah, I think one or two other useful keys as well.
The Ice Palace big key, that's correct.
Yeah, and the T-Rock small key. So, Gem's coming back to Skullwoods here to finish this up.
Yeah, definitely a good play because it is a crystal, and they don't have too many other things to do right now. So checking Mothula and this back chest is a pretty reasonable play.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of covering each other's ground at the moment going on.
Looks like Ninban is deciding to go back into Turtle Rock after getting the second. This is an interesting choice.
He's already up here, so it at least saves another full trip. Well, he'll have to make another full trip in the long run because...
unless there's a vanilla key on, like, Laser Bridge.
Yeah. If there is, then he can finish this while he's here.
No one has completed Meyer yet, so no Sahasrahla turn-in of the green pendant yet. To answer a question in chat. Ninban having to do the really slow way because no hook shot at this point.
All right, Hammer Mothula, here we go.
Unfortunately, the local outdoor store was out of fly swatters. All they had was hammers.
It seemed to work just fine.
A big key to Misery Mire. Oh, and we just got the flippers and hookshot locked behind Fire Rod and Turtle Rock. That is huge for Ninban.
Oh my god.
Absolutely massive. What a sick play and read by Ninban.
That absolutely was worth going back up for.
So, I don't know about you, but I'd say that is a massive advantage to Ninban right now.
Definitely. It could be a while before Gem gets up there. That berry still gives him a hard time, even with the new gear, though.
And also, we got a shovel spot check by Weff. It was absolutely nothing. Man, so that just blew the seed wide open. That makes Swamp completely clearable. That makes... what else can... That makes Ice Palace completely clearable.
They still need to find their eastern big key for that to be finished.
Yeah, which was at the Waterfall of Wishing.
They might be far more likely to make that play, though, now that they've got the flippers.
Yeah, we're you know, we're only an hour in, but we're getting relatively close to no mode. All we need is a either a Tower of Hera, or it's, well, we may not even need a Tower of Hera or Thieves' Town Big Key if they're pendants, and Swamp is the last one. And yeah, we have enough keys to actually beat Trinex, so yeah, we're literally possibly one key away from go mode. And both medallions are good.
Well, Ninban's gonna go in and do Swamp. So we're gonna probably gonna find out whether this is a crystal or a pendant.
Actually, I just realized if Swamp Palace is the last crystal, they are in go mode. Or Ninban is in go mode.
Yeah, except the big key for Eastern.
Yeah, we're in no mode for Ninban. If Swamp Palace is the last one. That's actually insane.
Gem going for a round 2 with the Spike Cave. And a burrito.
To desert. Actually, the only person it's useless for as well. Because Gem already finished it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ninban is going into Swamp. You know, honestly, I really like this play. Because if this ends up being the last crystal, Ninban will just know that they have one thing to look for. I actually really like this play at this juncture.
The only concern I have with it is if he starts just running around and clearing all the crystal dungeons, it might be a while before he goes to Waterfall Cave.
Should route it in when they go to Ice Palace. Because you can go in the portal really quickly and then go back.
It would be really, really good if they checked up there before they went into Ice Palace as well, because then they can just go mode everything.
Go mode Ice Palace is incredibly fast with the bomb jump. Actually, they would want a bomb jump because they have no keys, no small keys.
Yeah, of course this all hinges on Swamp being a crystal in the first place. If Swamp doesn't feel like playing nice, then we're still looking for a couple other things. Thieves' Town and Tower of Hera Big Key.
Oh, Shaa's got to be really careful. Oh, and Shaa takes a death. Because Shaa is the only runner still on Green Mail right now. Still has not yet gone up to Castle Tower. Alright, looks like Ninban is going to the left side of Swamp first. As Gem is going to the vanilla big key chest again. Gem will probably be hammer yumping with this route.
Definitely a good idea. just save an extra key just in case.
And we just saw Weff finish off Land Melissa and get their flutes. So gonna go activate that at Kakariko right now. As we see Gem as the first person with Master Sword because they have dipped pod after getting the first sword upgrade.
I wouldn't be surprised if oh no, Weff hasn't gotten one out of pod yet, so Weff's probably about to get his first sword though in Mire.
I would think so. That seems like for Weff, that seems like a pretty reasonable quick check.
When you get an item like flute, it's one of those ones that's just kind of, you can't call the.
All right, we're getting schaaa killing Mothiel over here. Unfortunately, not getting too good of luck right now with the positioning. Has weaved in a few fire rod shots here.
Ooh, getting dangerously low again.
Oh, and takes a death.
Those onion rings.
This fight is so much harder when you have fighter sword between red mail and green mail. Just makes a world of difference.
Well, Ninban continues through Swamp. By looks of it, they're going to go straight to the back and see what this actually is. I kind of have a strong feeling that this is going to end up being the crystal. I wouldn't be surprised if like Tower of Hera and Thieves Town big keys are in GT or something silly.
Oh, Gem still doesn't have the pod big key, so can't check that chest. Is gonna get silvers though, so that's gonna be quite nice that it's not locked behind there. But Gem is gonna have to be, I think, the only person to double dip pod. I don't know if Weff knows how to hammer yump, but if Weff hammer yumps, we'll be able to do that in one go.
Gem finally gonna get their bow. Even if they have to double dip pod, they at least get the benefit of being able to check both of these dungeons at the same time. Not necessarily complete them at the same time, but
yeah, definitely. That's the usefulness of having an early mirror, is you can actually route in a lot of things on one trip instead of two, because you have to save and quit. And Ninban going to show off some sick menu strats with hammer.
Menu boss.
Oh, and it just gives a nice little rage slash to the pod big key right there.
They're just gonna step back outside once they get the bow and be like, why game, why are you doing this to me? And just go into pod and, well, not finish it because they don't have the big key. They've got the big key for pod. Yeah, they just got the big key for.
Ninban's
me,
got
I'm having a moment.
A little bit careful. Does have a blue pot, but is getting a bit low. It's trying to opt to try to get two at a time, but is actually causing the fight to go a little more inefficiently than normal.
When it works, it's really good, but it's hard to pull off.
Yeah, okay. Now deciding for the last few to just do one at a time. And it's going to do a silver arrow strat right here. Ooh, takes a hit. Oh, and does get it. So GG Ninban on that one. And that's a big key. Oh, big key to Thieves Town. Oh, it's a pendant. Oh my gosh. Is a full clear swamp going to be required to clear a crystal Thieves Town? That would be nuts. But now we know that swamp was a pendant. Okay, it looks like Ninban is going to route in Desert Palace right now.
That's a good move to make.
Yeah, okay. I already checked Bombos earlier, so. So we still don't know if Hera or Thieves Town is the last crystal. We now know that Swamp Palace is a pendant, is the blue pendant specifically.
Oh, Jim did have the EP Big Key, so they're going to just probably clear both dungeons while they're here.
Yeah, Jem had done Fake Flipper and Jesus Dash check.
Well, they did have to double dip pod, but it was kind of just like barely stepping outside, going and doing another dungeon, and then coming back, so it's nowhere near as big a time loss as having to walk all the way back here later.
Yeah, definitely. Gets the single rupee off of Armos. Oh, and schaaa has been starting to make the play onto Turtle Rock and can actually full clear all the way to Trinex if they want.
schaaa is about to be very, very happy.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I just realized the irony behind this. You have to do this Fire Rod section slow in order to get the hook shot that would allow you to do it fast.
Yep.
That's
It's one of those...
Yeah, it's a hashtag thanks game.
Yeah, TR was definitely loaded with items, especially in the first half.
It's not even a pendant this time around. schaaa deciding not to continue? Interesting. Oh, going to Hookshot Cave. That's actually a good play.
They also haven't actually gone to the Chain Chomp room yet, so they don't have the Ice Rod. I'm just curious if that's part of the decision here.
Yeah. Probably we'll go back into Turtle Rock right now. As we're going to see Jem just about to head up to Helmosaur King right now.
Yeah, this is going to be good for schaaa if they don't check the middle island.
So let's do a recap of crystal counts right now. So Jem's about to get their 4th crystal. And then the first of the 5-6. Weff is going for their 3rd. Ninban has 2, and then Swamp Palace clear that could be required for the last one. And then schaaa has just pod finished right now. Oh, didn't get the invulnerability. Oh no.
These Chain Chomps right now. These Chain Chomps are just killing everyone today.
Yeah, if you look at overall advantage, Ninban has a very large advantage right now. I won't say that they have a lead because they still have to finish Skull and finish Eastern. But I'd say a pretty large advantage until Jem goes to TR.
If Jem goes to TR, it will definitely switch advantage very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't say that yet. That might actually... they have to go into Swamp Palace, possibly.
Yeah, Thieves Town is the other crystal then.
Yeah, Ninban was checking, but unfortunately doesn't have the map to Thieves Town or Tower of Hera, so we don't know yet. As we're getting a Fighter Sword Red Mail Mothula fight from Weff. Trying to do some spins. And now going to a few slashes. Gets a spin in there. Oh, and a nice job from Weff. Get through their 3rd crystal.
Ooh, Ninban getting grabbed.
So a little minor thing of, if you're not aware of TR routing, schaaa just went to the pokey room right there, right before the vanilla big key chest, and is stealing the key from there. Is going to actually use that to get to Trinex a little bit later on in the dungeon. So that it counts as essentially a fourth key.
The only way that could turn out badly, really, is if the big key for Tower of Hera is on that island, and it's the last crystal.
Yeah, and it's looking extremely unlikely at this point.
Yeah. So overall, it's probably the right play to make.
Yeah, agreed. It normally is the right play to make if you have 3 keys and can full clear.
I have unfortunately seen something valuable be there. A certain shiny object that lets you switch worlds.
I've seen a lot of useful things there, but normally you'll get the 4th Turtle Rock key fairly easily. So,
well, we're gonna get a look into Ice Palace now, since Gem is going in there.
So at this point, from what we know as commentators, the only thing good that can be in here would be the Tower of Hera big key. Again, this Tower's small key would be nice as well, just to make the routing a little bit easier.
But why get it in Ice Palace when you can get it in T-Rock instead? Like schaaa just did.
Oh! Man, Turtle Rock was extremely loaded. Yeah, Master Sword is required, but we do know where both sword upgrades are right now for that. One is in the bottom portal room of Pod, and the other one was in Mire Shed. Still don't know where Tempered is, which it could be in Ice Palace. It could be in the rest of Thieves Town. It could be on Laser Bridge.
Given how the rest of Turtle Rock has been, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Alright, Shaw's gonna try and do Laser Bridge right now.
You can finish with Master Sword and Silverless. It's just really, really time-consuming and difficult.
Big key to Swamp Palace. And taking an intentional death right there just to get some hearts back. You know, at this point, I don't know if Shaw's ever going to get the male upgrades.
I love the bombs on the penguins.
Oh, a nice little blue pot, though. So that'll be good for the Trinex fight. Oh, unfortunately, Schaaa taking another beam hit right there. Those beams hit like a truck on green mail. I believe they take 4 a pop. And a small key to oh, hey, there you go. Ganon's Tower, small key. So that's really nice for later.
Yeah, Turtle Rock was definitely the place to be this seed. It just had, like, everything you could possibly want or need in it.
Yep, we're gonna get a Thieves Town check from Ninban now, after finishing Skullwoods. Nice to route those two together. Oh, I've got a feeling after this, Ninban is probably gonna go and do the Ice Palace play. So might, at that point, get the Eastern Palace big key. But we'll have to see whether they routed before or after.
Well, it looks like there was a Ganon's Tower small key in Ice too.
Okay, so probably won't be getting that one if Ninban's in go mode. But that's totally fine. Once you get one, the only thing you really need for, you know, easy routing is just to pick up the one in the skull pot in the hammer room on the left side. That's a really quick and easy one to grab, and then you can just head up.
Oof. Schaaa, unfortunately, dying to Trinex. Hammer Trinex is pretty difficult, and getting... He does a lot of damage when you have green mail.
I guess opting to not fight Trinex again. Interesting decision. Another small key to Turtle Rock for Ninban, so that's nice for Ninban. Now doesn't need to get the other one that we've already found. Can be able to full clear Turtle Rock. Minus the vanilla big key chest. Yeah, Gem, you unfortunately don't have that key to do that.
No, but they have butter now. 2 of the swords were an ice palace.
Huh. Could possibly be really bad for Ninban.
I'm not going to lie. If I was going to look for a sharp stick of butter, I guess the freezer is the most logical place to find it.
Actually, this is still good for Ninban, because if they do the Ice Palace play after getting the Eastern Palace big key, they're still going to be looking for a sword. So maybe we'll just full clear Ice Palace at that point, because it was pretty deep in Ice Palace.
He'll also still be looking for a GT big key at the current rate, so he still has plenty of reason to actually look through dungeons.
You mean a GT small key? They have the big key.
Small key.
No problem. All right, we're gonna be getting fights on both sides of the Gem Ninban race right now, as Gem is doing Butter Sword Cold Stare and just gonna cut through it like butter.
Ninban is glitching out the color scheme in
oh, good lord. Doing some hammer strats. Man, that is a pure white right there. That would hurt the eyes. But thankfully blind is blind, so they can't get more blind. Just a small key. And that is the final crystal. So we know now that Ninban, once they get it, that Eastern Palace big key and a sword upgrade will be in go mode. They just need 2 more items. So we do know at this point in this seed, a Swamp Palace full clear is completely required to finish the seed.
Seed, what have these runners done to you? What did they do to you to deserve this?
And as every time I commentate, I am still accepting followers to the Church of Swamp Palace.
That does definitely make Ninban's play on Swamp Palace very, very good in hindsight, though. I mean, it was a 50-50 chance, but it's definitely in his favor now.
Yeah, definitely. So Ninban just checking hammer pegs. Let's see where Ninban goes next. Oh, Ninban. Are you gonna go to Waterfall first? Where are you gonna go, buddy? Oh, he's gonna go into Ice Palace first. So this is actually really good for Ninban. As long as they route in the Waterfall afterward, Ninban will be in a really good spot.
Since he knows he's still looking for the Eastern Palace big key, he's almost certain to full clear this place.
Oh yeah, totally. And the good thing is they wouldn't stop at one sword; they would go get both. So Ninban will have tempered by the time this dungeon is complete. I didn't even realize Lagarang was in the first chest in Turtle Rock. I personally like the Lagarang because it's got, unlimited range.
I find that useful in different situations myself. Some of them are, like, for hitting switches done right, the blue boomerang is definitely faster.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a question for you, Voidborn. Will Gem feel like they are behind once they get this hook shot and flippers?
I'd probably incline to say yes. They had access to this some time ago. So, then again, they're also at 5 crystals already.
Mm-hmm.
And if they just go straight through Turtle Rock and actually finish this while they're here, they're going to have their 6th one. They're just going to be trying to get to whichever dungeon has the last one, and since they don't have the big key for Hera or Thieves Town, they're probably going to go to Swamp.
Looks like making the choice to check Hookshot Cave just like Schaaa did.
It's definitely better to check Hookshot Cave and just see if something dumb like Ice Rod is here before continuing through Turtle Rock.
Yeah, agreed.
It's 3 chests that are a very quick check nearby.
So Schaaa just got 2nd sword upgrade in Mire. So let's kind of recap what people are missing right now. So we know what Ninban's missing. Gem is currently missing the Thieves Town Big Key, which we know is at the end of Swamp Palace on Argus. Has butter and silver, so we're good there. Is gonna get the Ice Rod here now, so I believe the last thing that they need is just that Thieves Town Big Key.
That sounds about right, yeah.
And then on the bottom race, Schaaa and Weff both need that Thieves Town Big Key as well. And there's a difference of 2 crystals on Shaa's side. But Shaa's going to be picking up butter here pretty shortly.
I feel like we're going to see every racer finished with at least tempered in this case.
All right, and Ninban going to be taking some safety by getting a fairy in the pot.
It looks like Weff might be setting up fake flippers to get to Ice Palace.
Yeah, looks like it. Which, very reasonable play at this point. You don't know when you're gonna get flippers, so might as well try and route it in.
Swamp had the big key to Thieves Town.
And we just saw Ninban's side about like 7 or 8 minutes ago that Thieves Town is the last crystal. So Tower of Hera is the last pendant because of that. So again, as we have a little bit of a lull in the action, want to shout out my co-commentator Voidborn and also Dude and Number Play tracking this awesome race that we're having right now. Give all these guys a follow on Twitch, including our runners as well.
Yeah, definitely give the runners a follow. They're the ones doing all. They're the ones with the skill putting on the show for you. But give Trojan Dude a follow as well for his great commentary.
Thanks, man. I've been really enjoying the commentary so far.
I'm just gonna be stuck being known as a witch now, aren't I? You know what? I accept this title. I'll take it.
Now I just want to watch My Python and the Holy Grail again.
I think that happens almost every race I watch.
That's fair.
All right, so Weff is going to be quite happy when he gets, you know, 2 more swords out of here.
Oh, nice little hookshot strat by Ninban right there.
You don't see it used very often in that room, but it's a nice little speed boost.
Yeah, definitely.
I always love seeing people using the hookshot just for navigation purposes.
Let's see, is Gem gonna take the back right here? No, it's gonna chug the blue pot. Definitely understand not taking the safety. It has red mail and butter, which is gonna make Trinex a joke. But you know, I'd say for newer runners, like myself, I've only been around for about 3.5 or so months. Taking that that bomb safety where schaaa was earlier is always a good thing to do.
Yeah. I personally take it myself just because I don't trust laser bridge. Alright, Trinex just getting dismantled here.
Oh, and Ninban, no! No, where are you going, Ninban? Oh, okay. I think he realized hadn't gone to waterfall. Oh, are we gonna get a go mode from Ninban?
I think we're about to get it. No.
Oh, it's gonna route in Hobo first. That's a reasonable play. Or no, a Hylia island check had not done that yet. Okay, now gonna go to the waterfall.
Yeah, he might have just decided to swim around the island earlier.
All right, guys, and in an hour and 32 minutes and 14 seconds, Ninban is officially in go mode.
This top race could definitely be quick if Gem goes to, or close if Gem goes to Swamp, and it looks like that's what they might be doing.
Yeah, I think that's all Gem has left. Or, well, I guess has the 2 things in Mire, but at this point, because that's a pendant, this seems reasonable. Oh, Pyramid Fairy, because Turtle Rock was the other 5/6. So gonna route that in first.
Yeah. It's definitely a logical choice.
So unfortunately for Gem, it looks like Ninban has a massive advantage right now.
Gem taking the damage off the enemy just to allow them to run with the bomb.
Oh no!
That Moblin getting in the way.
Yeah, that's the... It's really... Oh my god, that bomb guy was a sniper right there. Off the screen transition, just note.
That was very unfortunate. I think it's decent to say that Ninban's got a pretty good advantage at this point.
Very much. Because they can go mode Turok, which means they don't have to do laser bridge, and that's going to make it really quick. Okay, Gem's going to try it again. Okay, and gets it this time.
Nice. I love that free bomb teleport.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But it is costly if you do miss it.
Well, more health. I don't think they actually needed that, though.
No, with red mail and a person of Gem's caliber, probably not. Okay. I think Gem might be going to Swamp Palace now. As Ninban picks up 6 crystal.
They're going to be heading straight up to Turtle Rock at this point.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, on the bottom, Weff has completed Ice Palace, and we'll see where they're going to go from there.
By the way, Voidborn, did you know that the motto of Turtle Rock is Cowabunga?
I can see that, yeah.
This has been today's PSA. All right, so it looks like let's see if Gem actually goes left side or banks on Argus having the item first.
It'll definitely be closer if they just go straight for Argus.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, there's still Thieves Town behind.
Mm-hmm. At least they'll be able to. Oh, they actually won't be able to even go mode Thieves Town because they haven't even gone there to put blind in the spot or check out their chat. So yeah, that's Thieves Town's not going to be really any slower or any faster. I mean, excuse me.
I mean, I can't blame them for not putting blind under the spotlight because they have this horrible tendency to just break out bad puns.
That's true. So down on the bottom side, so Weff finished up ice because, you know, had butter and red mail. It makes that fight pretty free. But on the side of schaaa, going back into pot to, I believe, check a couple chests.
Yeah, I'm curious about this. Because again, what are they looking for at this point? Thieves Town Big Key. Which I don't think they even know they need yet. I think schaaa might have just wanted to absolutely make 100% certain that chest they didn't get in the Dark Maze was going to be something they needed.
Yeah, that's a fair thing to do.
He's already over here completing Eastern and Pod, so might as well make sure there's nothing left.
Oh, Ninban deciding to go for that chest since it's on the way. Just again, Tower small key, but that's going to help them out tremendously because now they don't have to get an extra key.
So the question is Gem going to get the big key to Thieves Town here and immediately head over there, or are they going to come back in and check left side? No, what am I talking about? What am I talking about?
Well, you know,
I'm being dumb.
They don't know if Tower of Hera is the pendant or not.
Yeah,
Remember
I guess that's true, but
if they felt behind, then yes, you go straight to Thieves Town. Yeah, Gem is officially in go mode.
yeah,
but still doesn't know that.
I think they're heading straight to Thieves Town, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gem apparently has Hera map, so they definitely know that Thieves Town is where they need to go.
Ah, okay. Did not know that. All right, Ninban doing try next fight right now as we see Weff is actually going to be going into Mire. Deciding to dip Mire instead of Swamp at this point. I don't blame them because they do have the Mire big key.
Unfortunately, this isn't really going to turn up anything for them.
Yeah, you know, despite a lot of Schaaa's deaths, I don't think Schaaa is very far behind right now. Just kind of a Skullwoods crystal at this point. And
Which
might
are
be
probably
going there. All right, and at about an hour 40 in, Ninban has gone all 7 crystals, is going to head into Ganon's tower, and today, the GGP key is not there. We will not be checking any chests. I'm sorry, we will not be playing the game.
We actually got that in like the first 10 minutes. They've had it all game. They've wanted to use it, but you know everything else has been getting in their way.
Yeah. So Hookshot is in the fire-locked room of TR in the front of TR. That was also where Flippers was, to answer Perry Jane's question in chat.
Alright, let's see how this gauntlet goes.
Wow, nice strat from Ninban in the first Mimic room. Wow, that was beautiful from Ninban.
I get the feeling he's just gonna tear through this place.
I think Ninban's feeling it right now. So I'll have to see how much of a difference of time, as Gem should be able to take care of blind pretty easily with red mail.
Yeah, this fight with their setup is easy. Butter doesn't help at all, but between that many hearts and red mail, you can basically just smash your face into blind until they fall down.
Getting trolled by some of the enemies in this room. Oh, they gotta be careful. Oh, the nice fairy drop though.
RNG taketh and giveth.
Alright, gonna do some fire rod strats right here.
They just want nothing to do with that Stalfos.
Alright, only one more fire rod shot, almost got a 1 cycle. Very nice land molest too from Ninban.
Schaaa has taken down Mothula on the bottom, putting them on equal footing for crystals.
I'm gonna get the Swamp Palace small key right now from the big chest.
I'm curious if that's going to encourage them to just head straight over there.
Alright, we're seeing Gem go through the portal on the top of Turtle Rock as Ninban is getting to the last few rooms of the gauntlet.
Yeah, it looks like Shaw's about to earn themselves a very big lead on the bottom.
Looks like it. So also for people who are just learning, a minor little thing, optimization is it's actually quicker to flute to 4 to get to that rather than to 7 because you don't have to swim. On a really nice fight. Trolldorm played nice being in that corner over there for Ninban.
And a 5-arrow upgrade.
Just in case if you wanted more arrows in the quiver for the Ganon fight. I wouldn't say it's completely GG for schaaa yet, because you have to remember Weff has checked. I think both of them have checked most of Turtle Rock.
I don't think Weff has done Turtle Rock yet. They're still missing the hookshot and flippers.
Oh, good point. They actually haven't yet. I thought for some reason they had checked all like some of the non-fire rod spots.
And we get the triple from Ninban. They want to win this. They're not letting anything get in their way.
All right, it's time for Ninban to go in and cook up the nice breakfast daily special of bacon. And telling us a little bit about some anthropology.
Land slug biology, very important.
Yeah. Ninban does have to be a little bit careful.
I said the wrong thing. Yeah, not triple. I'm sorry, I'm trying to order coffee here.
Ooh, these fire bats are taking pot shots. I think got it now.
Still has that other blue, so.
Still got one more blue in the inventory. I gets lucky on the first teleport right there. Oh, does get the fire bats though.
These bats are not good for his health.
No.
It looks like Gem has absolutely torn through the gauntlet too, so they do have to be careful. If they take a death now, it could set them back quite a bit.
Oh, nice double. And that's GG for Ninban right there. Putting some arrows into the back of the Triforce door. And Ninban finishes with an SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 42 seconds. GG to Ninban.
GG Ninban. And we get the cat Triforce.
All right, as we're seeing Gem go onto the Aghanim fight right now. So this ended up being a pretty close race.
It was unfortunate that it wasn't a little bit closer, but definitely a deserved win by Ninban. They played so good throughout this, especially the gauntlet.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Weff entering Turtle Rock right now. Oh, and I'm gonna bring Ninban in here.
Hey, Jalad here. What are you racing to? Hello.
Hello, Ninban. GG.
Thanks.
How are you feeling?
Very good. That Ganon fight was very nervous. Almost died too many times.
You looked like you were a little concerned there because you had a really amazing gauntlet, save for the blue horse guy room.
Oh yeah, that was something.
But I want to get your first early thoughts. Full clear Swamp Palace to get the Thieves Town big key. What did you feel? How did you feel after you got that? Were you still feeling like you were ahead or behind at that point?
I didn't really know. I know I felt stupid when I saw the pendant fall, because I was like, oh, I forgot this was not a crystal. There were better places than that. But having the big key to Thieves Town was very good. I didn't know at that time it was a crystal, I think. So I had to gamble going in there.
Oh, and Gem takes a death on Ganon right there.
Oh, is that Ganon? Wow.
Yeah.
It was a pretty close race.
Nice. I expected to fail this race. Honestly, Gem is a way better player than me. But yeah, I'm very happy to have won that.
Yeah.
You definitely had some really good routing, and you made a couple decisions much earlier than others did, so that really helped place you ahead of Gem.
Where did he find his golden sword?
Well, there was one in Mire Shed, there was one in Pod, and there was two stacked on top of each other in Ice Palace.
Yeah, that was in Ice Palace. I was laughing. I didn't want to go in the kill coaster with my fighter sword. But then, hey, tempered.
Much easier fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was the seed, the distribution of the seed I felt was a little weird, because it was like gave a bunch of stuff at one point, then a lot of lull, and then man, flippers and hookshot behind Fire Rod in Turtle Rock. Man, Turtle Rock was loaded in this seed.
Oh yeah, Turtle Rock was quite a play to do. I even went in there 2 times because I didn't have the Fire Rod the first time I got there. And finding the hookshot and the flippers, I think it really sealed the deal for me.
Also, Gem just finished with an SRL time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 52 seconds. So GG to Gem. Let's see if Gem will come in for an interview. I don't remember if Gem has a mic or not.
Well, anyway, GG to him.
So now we've got the other race on the bottom going on. We have Schaaa in Thieves Town, and has dipped Swamp, and has gone to Turtle Rock. So right now has an advantage over Weff right now. Neither of them have actually cleared Turtle Rock at the current moment. Schaaa has cleared it up to the end of Laser Bridge.
They're basically just kind of a dungeon behind Schaaa at this point, because they're going to clear Swamp. They're probably going to head to Thieves Town afterwards.
So I want to get your take on this, because on Shaa's screen, Schaaa is still on green now, because Schaaa never went to Castle Tower.
This has just been the seed of items stacked on top of each other, actually, because we had 2 swords on top of each other, and we had two mail upgrades on top of each other, basically.
Alright, Weff starting to go into Swamp right now. And we'll see if makes the same play as Gem, if they feel behind, if they go just to the back for Argus. Because, you know, at this point, you know, I would say seeing, you know, they're all in the same SRL race together. So seeing that Gem and Ninban finished might help skew the decision a bit.
Perhaps. I'm hoping he just goes straight to Argus. I definitely prefer seeing races that are as close as possible.
Yeah, likewise. Oh, Weff is gonna go to the chest down at the bottom.
It's a pretty
Remember
quick check,
that.
so.
Yeah, it's a very quick check, especially with boots.
The bug net.
And schaaa finishes off blind, gets 7th crystal, or no, sorry, 6th crystal, will be heading up to T-Rock to finish that off.
Looks like Weff is going left side.
Yep, looks like it. So unfortunately for Weff, this is going to put them farther behind by a couple more minutes.
You know, I'd be tempted to give you a... Yeah, I'll just let someone in chat explain that.
And as the credits say, the couch cache sleeps again on the ped. It's a little sad it wasn't a pedestal seat. I always enjoy those.
I'm sure most runners are probably happy when they don't get a pedestal seed. Pedestal seeds are actually usually okay for close races, though, because it basically means everyone has to finish every dungeon, so...
Mm-hmm. Oh, we are joined by Gem right now. GG, Gem.
Thanks.
GG.
Yeah, GG, Ninban.
GG, Gem.
So, any initial thoughts after the end of that seed?
I wish that sword hadn't been right next to Maya.
I think you were our first runner to get the sword, actually. Or no, I think someone else got one out of pod first.
Yeah, also, I really should have gone to pod way sooner, since we got like 5 keys right at the start.
Yeah, it was insane how many keys for pod were in the start. We saw somebody go to Hera Basement the first time. I was like, my god, that's the 5th one already. They can like full clear with how much we know.
Yeah, and then I was kinda mad at both bow and the pod beekeeping in EP after I had already done pod.
The good news was you could at least just hop back outside, back into the portal, and finish it from there, though.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have to actually make the walk all the way back.
That is true. It could have been in like IP or something though.
And then I think the craziest thing was fire rod locked, hook shot, and flippers in T-Rock.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that there would be something like hookshot somewhere in GT, so I could flopper.
Did you ever consider going to Turtle Rock? Sorry to interrupt. Were you ever thinking about going to Turtle Rock earlier than you did?
Well, it was on my mind ever since I got Kane, but I wanted to fake Flipper to IP first, just in case Ice Rod is there. Because at this point I was fairly certain that Flippers would be in Turtle Rock. And yeah, but as it turned out, Ice Rod was also in T-Rock.
T-Rock was loaded.
Big old time waste. Yeah.
So just a quick update on the out of the race right now. We got Weff going to Argus with Butterstore to get the Queenstown Big Key, and then we'll go promptly over there. Schaaa is heading up to Trinex right now with their butter sword. We were mentioning this to Ninban that schaaa never went to Castle Tower, so it's still on green mail currently.
How did you feel about the two swords in the Heist Palace, Jim?
Well, when I saw Temper, it was like, nice. When I saw Kupata, it was like, overkill, I guess.
Yeah, there were a lot of stacked items in this seed overall. You got the mail stack, you had the hookshot and flipper stack, you got the sword upgrade stack.
Yeah, those mails were pretty fun.
Alright, so shot taking down Trinex right there, making it look like a piece of cake. And we'll be going to GT right now. Let's see how they handle the gauntlet on green mail, because you know some of the rooms are a little dicey with green mail, and then also the Ganon fight is a lot dicier with green mail.
Yeah. This is going to be very painful for schaaa if they're not careful. They do at least have a decent amount of health, though. But that still really doesn't make up for just everything in here destroying you if it hits you.
And also a 2-dungeon lead as well, because unfortunately Thieves Town to go mode is not incredibly fast. Because you still have to go, you have to bomb the opening for blinds, and then you have to you know, get blind herself.
Yeah. It's going to require a lot of bad luck and execution for Weff to catch up, unfortunately. But it's definitely good that schaaa is being rewarded for their routing and.
Oh, by the way, Ninban, I wanted to mention something. Now we're talking about the gauntlet. Your strats, especially in the first room of the mimics, was freaking awesome to watch. It's just like super smooth. I had actually totally forgot that was a strat in that first room, where you just don't do you don't push up against the wall. You just kind of run down towards them. Because no one else really does that strat, so it was really cool to see that bit of a diversity.
I don't even remember why I picked that up. I think maybe I made it up myself. I'm not sure, but I like that stat, and I think I don't know if it's faster than the official stat, but I like it because you always move.
Looks like shaa's picking up a bit of extra health here.
Definitely don't blame him right now. And Weff is heading down to grab blind right now.
Sword beams, please.
Sword beams are really nice for the Stalfos, though, because you can hit them at range and they won't jump away and such.
Yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate when you run into most other enemies. It's just like I don't want to hit them with a sword beam. Just hit them with the main sword or the blade and kill them, please. I just want them to die instantly.
schaaa making really good work of this gauntlet right now. Hasn't really taken a bunch of damage, other than that one room. Ooh, having a little bit of a problem.
Yeah,
I think deciding to, just deciding to do butter strats. The problem with land mole is when you miss that first silver arrow shot, a lot of lag happens in that room. So nailing any other subsequent arrows is really hard.
Yeah, and when they decide to pop out close together, it's also a case of you can't fire another arrow until the first one lands, so the timing becomes even, or the timing becomes even tighter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think we may have lost stream. Yeah, stream just went down. I'm sure we'll be back up here in a second. All right, I believe we are back.
It would appear so.
Indeed.
All right, Shaw, a little dicey right now.
They have that blue
Surprise.
potion to fall back on if they need it.
All right, now I'm gonna use it.
And now for Troll Dorm 2.
Wow, that was a super nice pattern.
You really can't get a better fight than that.
No, not really. Shaw getting their arrow capacity upgrade from the validation chest. Oh, interesting. Opting for cape strats.
It's a quick, safe way to get through the room. Unfortunately, it kind of strips you of magic for the Ganon fight, but...
I think Shaw has another blue pot.
yeah. If that's the case, they're definitely set.
It's a double on the first cycle. Got the third one right there. Almost got another double, just barely missed.
Oh yeah, nice double triple, by the way, Ninban. I got so excited about that, I accidentally called it a triple.
You know what? I think it's my first, so I was very excited too.
It's really, really nice being able to see something like that pulled off. It is so hard to actually do.
The RNG was nice.
Alright, thanks for commentating. I'm gonna go now. So,
All right.
see you.
Sounds good, Gem, and GG.
Yep, GG, Ninban, and yeah.
Yeah, GG again, Jim.
All right. Already on phase 3 for Shaw right now.
Butter Sword Ganon. You look away for half a second and the phases are done.
All right, let's see if Shaw can get torch glitch right here. Ooh, that's a bad spot for Ganon to port to. Does get one shot off, so probably not going to get torch.
Trying to like Ganon on fire. Alright, yeah, there's the other blue. They're good.
Oh, barely gets that right before the torch goes off. Oh, and Ganon gives Ganon a hug and falls off, unfortunately.
A Hyrule driver down the hole.
Alright, I was gonna grab a safety fairy right here. Fairy, please.
The fairy was a little too playful for, everyone's preference.
Alright, we're gonna get take 2 for schaaa, as Weff is just about to go to Trinex with their butter sword and red mail.
Yeah, we get one of the weird teleports from Ganon.
I think Infinite Zero, I think schaaa might have one more. Yes, has one more. Unfortunately, has to burn it pretty early.
It's better that he burns it now than takes a death to fire bats, though.
Yeah, agreed. So, until the big pig is down, this race is not over yet. All right, and there we go.
Much faster.
schaaa wins the other match on the bottom side with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 50 seconds. GG to schaaa.
Yep, GG schaaa.
Looks like Weff is doing some bonks on the outside of GT.
Welcome, schaaa. GG.
Hey, thanks.
GG schaaa.
Man.
I'm usually a really calm guy, but I actually yelled today while playing the game. I'm dying to all the bosses. Oh, and in that Gibdo room in Skull Woods.
Yeah, those early ones are definitely reasonable because with green mail and I think a maximum of like 6 or 7 hearts overall, you didn't really have much safety.
Man, what to see it. I'm surprised I won. I don't think I should have. But, the way I played, I don't know how. Like I heard you said Jeff is outside Cannon's Tower.
Yeah, just going through the first mimic room right now and GT. You made the Swamp Palace play earlier when Weff full cleared Meyer at the end. That was the difference. Or that was a major part of the difference.
Yeah, I was considering which one of those two to go into. And, I like Swamp a lot better, so I chose that one.
It was definitely the right play to make in this case.
So just as an FYI for you, you were the only person with green mail, because you never went to Castle Tower and had both mail upgrades there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I went there. Like that's the thing. I don't mind doing bosses even with the fighter sword, but like I need some safety. I need red mail maybe, better, half magic, stuff like that. But I have green mail, a few hearts, and then just a fighter sword. I have trouble.
Yeah, this scene definitely started out rough with very limited health and armor upgrades.
Yeah, I did one practice seed since last week, and I actually spent 1 hour 10 minutes before I got my first sword. That's it. So I was kind of used to practicing with no sword for a while.
Weff is on 2 hearts right here and opts to use a blue pot right before the Land Moles fight. Or not. Never mind. I lied. I got completely jebaited right there.
He's definitely gonna pop it now.
Yeah. So, how'd you feel in general about the way the logic worked in that seed?
Well, in the beginning it was fine. I liked the beginning. I thought I did. I thought I routed well. I thought everything was going fine until there was never a sword. It took so long before I found my first sword. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty straightforward, not too trolly. It was just rough with a few hearts. No, I didn't get any armor upgrades. And just the fighter sword. That was the tough part. That's it.
I'd say the craziest thing in this seed was the fire rod locked turtle rock hookshot and flippers.
Oh yeah.
Ninban actually got that extremely early. I think at around an hour and like 10 minutes.
Oh really?
Yeah, Ninban was the only person to make that early turtle rock play.
Good for him. I mean, that turned out to be a wise choice. I wasn't even gonna fight Trinex. I didn't expect to find the ice rods in Turtle Rock, and even when I did, I wasn't gonna fight Trinex, but then I found the blue potion. So I thought, yeah, maybe I can do it now.
Yeah.
But I thought I could take one more hit, so I saved the potion. Then I died. So I gave up on that.
Trinex definitely does a surprising amount of damage if you're not used to fighting him with green mail.
I'd say the two biggest fights are probably that one and Cold Stare.
Wait, Cold Stare is easy with green mail. Green mail and fighter sword is gonna have a bad time at Cold Stare.
I'm not sure what Weff was looking for in that chest, but I guess he didn't find it.
I don't know, half magic was maybe the only thing.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I'd guess it's probably just in GT. I forget, were you one of the people who went to Lumberjack Cave?
I just looked at it, never picked up the key.
Okay. Yeah, because I think only one person checked it early and saw the small key, so yeah, it's always a bit nerve-wracking when you see that small key.
I think I got like most small keys I needed pretty early, so I never considered going. Maybe that's why I never went to Aghanim's Tower at all. Because I knew I didn't need that small key. But man, I had so many bad moments, like dying at the back of Pod in the dark room.
Oh, after you got silvers?
Yeah. So I had to go back just to see, because I was looking for first down big key.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun scene. It was only 4 minutes short of my TV. I don't have a very good
Weff is at 2 hearts. Gonna pop another blue pot, yes.
Shouldn't be a problem now. Can always fall like I did.
The good old being one shot away.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt like if I lose because of this,
does indeed get torch glitch. That's good.
Ooh, that was
Almost ran down there.
double.
Ooh,
yeah.
the double.
That was awesome.
Man, weffJebster made a trip to In and Out to get a delicious double right there. And weffJebster finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 17 seconds. GG to Weff. Oh, I didn't even see the flavor text. Meow, 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 meow. Oh my god.
Did Weff have a lot of trouble in the beginning as well?
I think a lot of people were dying.
Nice. 'Cause I thought maybe like I have looked up Weff and I thought like okay we play at a similar level, so like I could definitely die there. Like that's not unusual for me to die a lot. So not to be mean to him, I thought maybe he was dying as well. So,
Also, we have Weff in here. GG, man.
Hey, thanks.
maybe, like, GG Weff.
How are you
Thanks,
feeling,
Jim.
bud?
Just man. I like I said in the comment for the SRL race, I just love to find new and interesting reasons to hate Misery Mire.
I mean, it's a good place to hate, so.
Yeah, I mean, I went there because I was missing so darn much, and it had nothing.
It was like the polar opposite of T-Rock in this race, because T-Rock just had almost every chest was something good, and then Misery Mire's like, well, thank you, Mire.
I mean, I was going in there, and I was like, okay, 9 items, one of them has to be something I'm looking for. And even like when I left Turtle Rock after finding the hookshot and flippers, as I'm fighting Argus, I'm just sitting here thinking, I can't believe I left Turtle Rock to do another Pendant dungeon, and I'm going to get nothing out of this one too. And I finally did get that big key of Thieves Town from Argus, so that was good at least. But man, I felt like Misery Mire was a strong play there with 9 items, and when I was missing so much, and it just came up completely flat.
Yeah, at that point, you know, Swamp and Mire, just only a difference of like a couple chests and density. I think either of those were a legitimate route choice at that point.
Yeah, I couldn't go to Swamp though. I didn't have hookshot and I didn't have flippers.
Oh, that's right.
I would have gone to Swamp every single time if I could have, but yeah, I didn't go to Turtle Rock yet. I was missing so much that I was like, well, I'm gonna check these 9 items in Misery Mire, and like maybe I'll get Ice Rod, maybe I'll luck out and get Ice Rod, maybe I'll luck out and get like the big key to Thieves Town, and it just came up completely flat. And I already hate the dungeon, so I'm excited to have more reasons to hate the dungeon.
It's a silver lining at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately the seed really, really wanted everyone to go to Turtle Rock and Pod. Like everything you could need was in one of those 2 dungeons.
Yeah, I should have gone to Pod earlier, but I feel like I didn't waste much time because I was still going and getting crystals. So I feel like I played reasonably well outside of the first like 20 minutes. But you know, Misery Mire was basically the difference.
And unfortunately, sometimes all it takes is that one extra Pendant dungeon.
Yep.
Do you guys remember where Eastern Big Key was?
No, I
Waterfall
don't.
of Wishing.
Yeah, it was a waterfall.
Because I was kind of mad at myself for not doing Pod and Eastern at the same time. I went to Waterfall so late. I did it after Pod.
Oh yeah, I went to Waterfall. I fake flippered to get to Waterfall because I had Moon Pearl and I had over 500 rupees. So
yeah, I had 500 rupees, and then I decided let's go to Pod first. That was a bad decision.
Yeah, actually, Ninban was his go mode item. That was the last one.
Wow.
He got.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, that was go mode because never fake flippered early. At the very end, went into Ice Palace, full cleared that, and then had a moment of like, wait a second, where do I go now? And it was like, wait a second, I didn't go to Waterfall yet.
Yeah, I have this grid of places, of overworld locations, like sitting in front of me as I'm playing, and I'm marking things off, and I'm like, hey, none of this stuff is paying off. Okay, where are all the items I need? Turns out they were in Turtle Rock.
All right, well, Voidborn, do you have any more questions?
I don't think so, really.
All right, well, schaaa or Weff, any last thoughts from you guys?
I just want to say GG to F.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely GG. It's always fun to have races where it just comes down to one thing that one racer does and the other doesn't.
Yeah, I believe I never went into Mr. Meyer. I think that's what did it this time.
It's usually a smart move, and it was also a smart move in this run. So
I'm sorry, dude. Like,
no, it's totally fine.
I played so bad this time. I don't know if I deserve to win. But,
well, once I got out of the, basically once I stopped dying, and that was like once I got another tunic. First off, the 2 tunics in Castle Tower was really funny, and then I had a nice belly laugh when Tempered and Butter were both in Ice Palace. So I had some good times. It was fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rooting for you in the future races. You still have a chance.
Yeah. I mean, my goal going into it was to go 3-2. I wanted to at least have a winning record. I feel like I'm playing better than I did in my first race, which I did end up winning, but it's kind of the irony there is I played really terrible in my first race and won. I played reasonably well just with one bad routing decision in this seed and I lost. So I'll be watching for your record. I hope you go 5-0. I want you to go 5-0 now. Because I'll be like, if I go 4-1, I'd be like, well, the dude I lost who went 5-0. So.
Oh yeah, that would be good for you. But I don't know if I'm good enough for that. But we'll see.
It's all about the matchups.
It's also Randomizer we're talking about, so.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna work on my execution. I think my routing has improved now. It's the execution that needs work. We'll see who I face next week.
Yeah, definitely. We got all those 2-0s and 1-1s. I'm super excited for it. So yeah, before we completely wrap up, want to just talk about some of the other Keysanity tourney races that are going on. On Speed Gaming 4, they should be on the back half of a 4-way over there, which is Dark Dylan versus Swerb and Problems IRL against Walking Eye. And then on Speed Gaming 3, starting in 30 minutes, we've got Zelgadison against Dark Shadows, and the OK Guy against Math Girl. And that's going to be on Speed Gaming 3. So tune in for those if you want some awesome Keysanity stuff.
And even after those, we have a ton of races tonight, so...
I just want to say congrats to Ninban as well, and GG to Weff and Gem as well, and thank you guys for commentating, and thank you to the trackers for tracking, and Fiesel, I believe, for restreaming.
Correct.
Yeah, thanks everybody involved. It's been a pretty good tournament so far.
Thanks to everyone.
Goodbye.
All right. And any last thoughts, Voidborn?
Definitely a thank you to Fiesel, since he's the one that doesn't seem to ever get mentioned in any of the text here in chat. So he's very, very humble about his position as far as actually making all this possible. So